Now on to the primetime afternoon game. Exciting game. Exciting to see Harbaugh taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs at Los Angeles. Uh, the Chargers. PFF actually wants or actually thinks the Chargers will cover uh, a 7.5, a little bit less than a 7.5 point spread. Um, some injuries scattered across the Los Angeles offense and defense. Um, their two tackles, Alt and Slater, are both banged up. I don't think Alt is going to play with a MCL, some issue with his MCL. And then Justin Herbert, it was like a car wreck last week against Pittsburgh, but that was to be expected. He's got an ankle injury on top of the foot injury now. He's going to be banged up. Obviously, I think we can all agree that the or the Chiefs should take care of business. Um, the Chargers are real banged up. But for Kansas City, still no Pacheco. Can't believe he's still expected to come back. I think he fractured his tibia, and he's still expected to come back by week 7 or 8. So that's just insane to think about. And then, if you want to talk about the Derwin James suspension, I think it was whack. But yeah, Pat, I know you wanted to talk about that. Go ahead and talk about
Yeah, no, I mean, I think just when you talk about the injuries across that Chargers team right now, this could have been a great game if everyone was healthy. But I think the injuries across that Charger squad is going to make it difficult for them to beat the Chiefs when you know that SoFi is just going to be absolutely packed with Chiefs fans, just like they are for every Chargers or Rams home game. It's going to be basically an away game for that Chargers team. And with even if all of these guys play, the fact that they're banged up when you're talking about Bosa, Alt, Slater, Herbert, Palmer, you're talking about some, the key important pieces across that team. And when you're facing a Chiefs team that's only really missing Pacheco, who is a big part of what they do, but as long as Patrick Mahomes is out there distributing the ball to his weapons, if they can get Kelsey involved, this might be a great game for them to do that, especially with Derwin James suspended, which I think is maybe the biggest loss for the Chargers in this game. If the Chargers were going to stay in this game, it was probably going to be based on Derwin James making some huge plays against that Kansas City offense. With him absent, I don't see where they're going to be able to make that happen. And so I got to go with the Chiefs here in what will feel like a home game. I'm sure that SoFi Stadium is going to be packed and very red.
Yeah, with the Derwin James suspension, one prop I like here is we've seen the Chiefs' ability to stretch the ball down the field, and who is Patrick Mahomes going to every time that they're hitting a long shot? It's Rashee Rice. So I like him as an anytime touchdown scorer. I think right now he's at about plus 185. I like him to score a touchdown this week. I also leaning Chiefs in this one. I think just with the questions with how Herbert is going to be coming back, from getting banged up last week, the Chiefs defense is no joke. I think the Kansas City Chiefs take care of this one, even though it will be in SoFi. Like you said, Pat, they travel, and the Chiefs kingdom is crazy.
Are the Chiefs the luckiest team in the NFL too? We're talking about seemingly razor thin margins every week. Something just goes their way, and talk about the ultimate turn of luck for them in having Derwin James get suspended for only the Chiefs game on what I can only describe as, if it were in, the early 2000s, it would have been just another hit. It would have been just another good hit, and I think you see harder hits every week in the NFL. So I thought it was a questionable suspension to say the least, but just another turn of luck for this Chiefs team, a team that I'd say probably doesn't need it, considering who their quarterback is, who their coach is, and just the players across that team. So, more the rich get richer when it comes to Derwin James being out for that game and the Chiefs' opportunity to capitalize. I think, like I said, look for Travis Kelce to have a get right game because Travis Kelce is always taking care of business against those Chargers. So, yeah, look for Travis Kelce to have a big game.
Yeah, I think we're just in that era. It's like 93 Jordan, where he's going to get every call. Everything's going to go his way.
Are you willing to say it's a conspiracy by the NFL?
Okay.
No,
are we going to
not
talk about? Are we going
necessarily.
to Are we going to talk about when they called that fumble that went out of the end zone on Baker Mayfield when we played them in the AFC Championship game? You don't think it's a conspiracy yet? God.
No, you give them a chance, they're going to win. You can't give them a chance.
Mhm.
But yeah, this should be a physical game. But yeah, Chiefs should take care of business.